Namaste. Hi everyone. Today I'd like to talk to you about the relationship between the Polyvagal theory and the chakras and how we can use those to lead ourselves to a state of calm and connectedness, to feel good about ourselves and to feel good in life in general. And this video is specifically made for those of you who are feeling stuck right now. So when you feel stuck, you could be stuck in a state of tension, of restlessness, or you could be stuck in a shutdown phase, which is really like a kind of burnout or depression when all the energy has gone very, very low and you don't really know how to get out of that state. So hopefully I can help you today. And I've been studying the Polyvagal theory lately. It's really, really interesting. And if you don't know much about it, I'd strongly recommend you to check it out. You can read some books by Deb Dana. She's really amazing when it comes to the polyvagal theory and giving you practical exercises and ways to feel the different states and how to deal with that. Or you can check out Justin Sunseri on YouTube. His channel is full of very practical discussions and tips for that as well. But so for this video, I'm just going to keep it simple. And I am going to tell you what the polyvagal theory is and how it links to the chakras. So basically, the polyvagal theory is a way to describe the autonomous nervous system and how it reacts to the outside world, to stimuli, in a way that will keep you safe. So we have two basic states. One is the sympathetic state and the other is the parasympathetic state. So most of you will know this already. The sympathetic state is the state in which we are active, and it gives us the adrenaline and the energy needed to really get things done, to come into action. And that's also the state which will have the fight or flight response. So the stress response will be in this state. The parasympathetic state is the state of recovery. And the interesting thing with the polyvagal theory is that it's been discovered that that state can actually exist in two different ways. One way is what we call the dorsal state. And that will be when you've had so much sympathetic energy state in your body that the body just shuts down. Your brain will really react to really force you into a recovery mode and shut down so that you really have to rest. So that's typically what happens when you have a burnout or you come into a freeze response, which is also a state in which you're really immobilized. So what happens is the nervous system will try to protect you because you're using too much of your own reserves. So you'll need to just really take a rest. That state doesn't feel very nice because usually it's really like you're broken down and you can't do anything anymore. So you just want to avoid the outside world. You want to avoid contact with people, and you might feel isolated. You might feel discouraged. You might feel lonely. You might even feel depressed. So those feelings go with the dorsal state. And the other state of recovery, which is also a part of this parasympathetic state, is the ventral state. The ventral state is a kind of happy state, actually, but not happy in a way that you're very active. That's also in the sympathetic, but it's more calm and connected. So you can think of the moments that you're just relaxing with friends and really feeling secure, like you're with people with which you can be totally yourself. And then there's a real relaxation because your nervous system will recognize those people as safe. And in those moments, you'll feel like you're connected. So you don't really need to protect yourself from those people. And there's a very nice feeling of happiness, of calmness. It can be a kind of smile and like you have no worries anymore. So that's a possibility. Another possibility to be in the ventral state is not necessarily with other people, but it can be also with yourself, that you're really enjoying your own company. You might be enjoying reading a book or cooking or anything, or doing yoga. Another way to be in ventral state would be to be in nature. So to feel connected to nature and to feel the calm and hear the birds, things like that. So those are the 3 basic states of the polyvagal theory. So now the problem is that sometimes we get stuck. So that will be because of past experiences, or something's happened in your life, and you feel like your nervous system is in kind of survival mode, and you just don't seem to be able to get out of it anymore, to get back to that place of just happy and comfortable and calm and really relaxed. So when you get stuck, there's a few possibilities. One possibility is that you're stuck in the sympathetic state. So when you're stuck in the sympathetic state, you'll feel restless all the time. You'll feel stressed, even when you try to relax. So, for example, you'll be at home, you'll have maybe even a week's holiday, but you just don't seem to be able to get to that calmness and just feeling good. There's just always stress, always worry, and your nervous system seems to be alert, like just in case it will stay active. So that's one possibility. Another possibility is that you're really in the shutdown phase of the dorsal state, and then you just get stuck in a kind of numbness, a feeling of not wanting to do anything, of being tired all the time. And that's also a very, very frustrating state, because you feel like you want to do something possibly, but you don't really know what. And you definitely don't have the energy to get back into action, which is actually very normal, because when you're in dorsal state, all the energy is being hijacked by your amygdala. So there's not actually very much energy and oxygen and sugar for the prefrontal cortex to really give you ideas. So you might even feel like, I don't know what to do. And that's a very normal way for your brain to work when you're in dorsal state. So for both states, the solution is actually the same. The solution is to get back to a feeling of safety. So it sounds simple, and you might think, okay, but how? So I'm going to explain that to you now. So safety, when it comes to the nervous system, isn't really feeling physically safe. Hopefully all of you are physically safe. So you're in a country where there's not too much danger, and the people around you are normal, let's say, are safe for you. So oftentimes the point isn't to be physically safe, it's what's safe to your nervous system. So that's when you have to really look at what you do every day and how your nervous system responds. So for example, look at the people that you're talking to, that you spend time with. Do you feel like you can truly be yourself with them? Can you be your vulnerable self? Can you be your crazy self? Can you be your depressed self? Just allowing everything without feeling judged, without feeling like you're too much, or all those things. So try to find a couple of people to co-regulate. So it basically means that you're with those people and talk, and that will calm your nervous system. If you don't have anyone like that around you, then try to find a therapist. Often we feel safer with a therapist because it's a neutral person and we can just really open up. So the alternative, before you build to relationships and friendships that are safe, you can try with a therapist. Also try to find situations in your life that are safe to your nervous system. So which atmospheres, which surroundings are really relaxing for you. Even if your nervous system doesn't straight away go back to the ventral state, try to create an atmosphere of well-being. So you might want to put some very soft music, or to maybe clean or tidy up around you so that it's a very nice, comfortable and calm space. So those kinds of things will be recognized as safe by the nervous system. So when you start to do those things, don't expect to feel good straight away, because what you're doing is actually reprogramming the nervous system. So if you're now stuck, you'll probably still be stuck a little bit, but the point is to build a sense of safety. And you'll notice, and I've actually done this myself, so I can really assure you it works, but it takes a couple of weeks. after a while, suddenly you'll realize, hey, I'm actually feeling good right now. And sometimes it just lasts for a few minutes, and then it'll grow until it lasts a half a day, and then a whole day, and then a few days. So you really have to dedicate yourself to just taking small steps and building those safety measures. So that's one thing. Now let's get to the chakras. So actually, what we need when we talk about safety is more first chakra energy. So basically, when you're stuck in survival mode, it means the first chakra has reacted to a sense of danger and is sending the energy up. So you might have too many thoughts or no thoughts at all, and too much third chakra energy for action and fight or flight. So being stuck is always a first chakra problem. You need to start there. So it means learning to relax your pelvic floor, learning to really feel your body, even if it's tense, feel the tension and try to be compassionate in feeling the tension. So when you're, for example, stuck in a dorsal mode in which you're totally burnt out, shut down, that will be the energy has collapsed all the way into the first chakra and just stays there. So there's too much first chakra energy actually, but not safe. So you'll be immobilized. So what you need to do is first come to the first chakra, make contact with what you're feeling in your body, and try to soften what you can, even if it's very, very small a bit. And then from that sense, from the connection with your calmness, with a very deep and calm breathing, you can start to introduce a little bit of second chakra energy, which will give you movement, but not so much as to get to the third chakra, which will be really that power. The movement of the second chakra is to find a kind of flow that will really get you a little bit back into movement if you're feeling stuck into numbness and not doing anything. The second chakra is soft, is going with the flow with absolutely no pressure. Then you can introduce from that a little bit of third chakra energy. Now that's actually quite tricky because what you want to do is introduce now some sympathetic energy, which can be the fight or flight response, but you want to do a very, very small dose. So a little bit of a third chakra. And the way we do that in yoga is to just build a little bit of strength, so a little bit of muscle tension. But again, keep it so that you enjoy it. So keep it within your own limits, even if it's just for a moment. Feel the tension and then release it again. And then from that third chakra, you can actually get back to this heart chakra energy. So you need to build it back up. And the heart chakra is where I talked about in the last video I made, which is the sense of balance and harmony, and which will give you back your inner smile. And this is where compassion starts, where gratitude comes, where all the lightness of being comes back into play. So once you're back into the heart chakra and you have a good balance with the heart chakra and the first chakra, so you're supported by a sense of safety, then you can get back to a flow, and then you'll start to build back a sense of safety and start to come out of that stuckness. I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I mean. So that's what we're going to do today. So like I said, the essential part is don't put any pressure on yourself. If you're already stuck, it means that your nervous system is reacting to a sense of danger. So you're in survival mode, which means you need to recuperate. You need to get your energy back. And the worst thing you can do is put pressure on yourself. So what you need is less pressure. So if you're now feeling stuck and you want to try the exercises that I'm doing, then really keep a kind of lightness and softness in everything that you do, and feel free to just come out of the pose, even if it's earlier than what I'm doing, okay? So it's very, very essential to do that, to respect your own body, to respect your own feeling. So actually, if you're in shutdown mode, you might not even want to do these exercises yet. And just watching this video is already a kind of little good action, you know, like you have a sense of, okay, I want to get out of this. And if you've watched all the way to now, I congratulate you, because it already means that there is something in you that's kind of motivating you to get out of it. So once you feel like it, you can do the exercise we're going to do now. And I really wish you all the best. So actually it's the same exercises for those who are stuck in the stressed and restless mode as it is for those who are stuck in the shutdown mode. It'll feel different, but the way back to safety and to feeling of happiness is the same. So I hope you enjoy these poses, and I hope it helps you. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll answer you as fast as I can. Okay, let's get down to it. So we're going to start actually in child's pose today. If you have a lot of pain in your body and you don't want to do child's pose, you can go and lay on your back. I'll show you. Like this, with your knees to the chest. That's actually the same position as child's pose, but it's very light on the joints. So if you're in a kind of burnout and you have a lot of muscle pain, then that might be actually better for you. If you have no pain, go ahead and come back into child's pose. So take a child's pose that's comfortable for you, with the big toes together, the buttocks on the heels as much as possible, and then lay your arms down. They can be forwards or back, and then your forehead on the floor. If you feel like a lot of blood is rushing to your head because it's lower than the chest, you can also put your hands on top of each other and your forehead on your hands. And then just close your eyes and start to follow your breath. And just take deep, calm breaths. Start to notice how your head feels. Is there lots of tension around the scalp or in your head? Is there a lot of activity, a lot of thoughts, or do you feel numb? Kind of like a brain fog? And now notice how your neck feels. And follow your breath into the lungs now. Feel the expansion of your chest as you breathe in. And the returning to the center as you breathe out. Maybe you can relax the shoulders a little more, relax your arms. Feel free to move at any moment during this pose. If you feel like your arms should be more comfortable, with the elbows wider, for example. Maybe you can let your chest drop a little more towards the floor. And then follow your breath all the way into the belly. Feel the belly on the inside. Notice what you feel there. Is it soft, warm, or do you feel tension, restlessness? Whatever you feel, let it be. Just give it space and breathe into it and around it. Now feel the legs and the contact of your legs with the ground. And allow your body to become heavier as you breathe out. Relax your lower back and start to feel your breathing in your lower back. Feeling as if it becomes wider as you breathe in. relaxing as you breathe out. Now start to feel your breath in your pelvic floor. Try to relax the pelvic floor as you breathe out. Now it's important to notice whether you feel your pelvic floor muscles at all. If you're very tense, you'll probably not feel them. That's okay. But just notice in that case that you're not feeling them. Once the pelvic floor relaxes, you'll notice you can feel your breathing very subtly. Now feel your whole body and let everything drop. So the child's pose is really a first chakra pose in which we don't move. And we can really allow everything to drop down to the ground, feeling the solidity of the ground. Getting back to this state of feeling totally safe. Just knowing that even if you relax everything, nothing bad will happen. Even if you let go, you're not going to fall. And now breathe a little deeper and let a sigh of relief. Slowly come onto hands and knees now. And we're going to introduce some second chakra energy, just moving very gently. So take your time to set up your pose, coming on hands and knees. The hands are underneath the shoulders, the knees slightly apart underneath the hips. If you have wrist problems, you can also choose to make fists like this so that the wrists are neutral. So from this position, feel your contact with the ground. Make sure your neck is relaxed, the belly is relaxed to begin with. And then let the belly drop so the back starts to become arched, and then lift your head, look forwards, breathe in. And breathing out, curl your tailbone down, push the middle of the back up and drop your head down. Keep everything very gentle. Breathing in, drop the belly and look forwards. Breathing out, rounding your back, dropping the tailbone and the head. Repeat this movement and feel the response of the body. Notice how your back feels, how the shoulders feel, how the neck feels. Stay in contact with the physical sensations. And then start to make the movement softer and softer. So it's very gentle. If at any point you want to stop the exercise, just go back into child's pose and rest. Remember, keep it light, keep it gentle. Now we're going to introduce a little more flow and a little more life energy by breathing a little deeper. So now breathe deeply and feel as if your breath is moving your body. You can really exaggerate your breath a couple of times, breathing out. And breathing out around the back. Breathing in, giving all the space to the belly and the chest. And breathing out, pushing the air out. Now try to find a flow between your breath and the movement. You could even stop at the end of the exhalation or the inhalation to wait until your body wants to breathe in or out, and then link the movement to your breath. Last time. And once you've made a round back, come back to child's pose, this time with the knees wide apart. So place the knees mat's width apart, so as wide as you can really. The big toes are still together. Reach back and then reach forwards with your hands so that your chest really drops down to the ground. And place your forehead on the floor. And then breathe into the hips. And as you breathe out, let the whole body drop further down to the ground. So with the knees wide apart like this, your belly can really hang in between the thighs. The chest can drop a little more. And you'll notice your belly has a lot of space to just hang and soften. After a few breaths, you'll notice that you can feel your breath not only in the hips, but also in the lower belly and in the pelvis. And notice if you have space in those parts of your body. Let your breath flow naturally, keep it light and soft. And then breathe a little deeper. And come back onto hands and knees. Now we're going to introduce a little bit of third chakra energy, which is the energy that you get from strength, from feeling your own inner strength. This is going to be especially important for people who are stuck in shutdown mode. And those of you who are stuck in the more active response, the stress response, be sure not to push yourself here. Take it easy and keep it short. So don't do too many breaths and keep your breath very calm. So to get into downward facing dog, make sure that your hands are wide apart. Spread your fingers, middle fingers forwards. And then curl your toes under. Lift your pelvis and bring it to the back. You can bend the knees one by one just to loosen the joints and the feet. And then bend both knees. Push yourself away from the ground to bring your back in line with your arms. And then if you have the flexibility, you can let the heels come back down to the ground. But it's more important to have a straight back here. Make sure you have space for your neck. And then feel your breathing in your belly. And as you breathe out, pull the belly in. Soften the belly, let it expand as you breathe in. Just a couple of breaths like this. Once your limit is reached, walk forwards and just hang in the ragged doll pose, just hanging upside down. So make contact with your own strength. Feel especially the legs and the arms strong. And then walk to the middle of the mat. Place your feet parallel, not too close together, so you're nice and stable. And then just hang on upside down. You can even grab your elbows here if your hands are on the floor. Now make small movements to soften your body, maybe rolling the shoulders or swinging from left to right. Just a few movements to feel loose. And then drop your arms, bend your knees and roll up to standing slowly. Take your time here so you don't get dizzy. And once your head is up, roll your shoulders back and down. So when you're back up, feel yourself in your body. And what we're going to do now is start to introduce a little bit of heart chakra energy. We're going to do the heart breath, which is a movement in which you swing your arms around you. I'll just show you first, actually. I just have to take care of this palm tree so I don't hit it too much. I'll just show you first how to do it. So basically we're going to put one hand first on the chest, then the other one there, and we have a quite active breath. So it goes like this. So as you can hear, I'm breathing loudly, making noise through my nose. This is very important to really get rid of any heaviness, any negativity that's in your energy. So just like in Kapalabhati, you'll need to really breathe out strongly. I do breathe in when I come to the center, but it's a passive breath. It's very light, just without really going like this, because then you're going to hyperventilate. So we don't want to do that. We just want to let some breath in, but really concentrate on breathing out strongly. When you swing your arms around you, the point of this is to twist the chest to the side. You are allowed to twist your pelvis in this movement. Make sure that you don't force your knees to go too far, because that's going to hurt your knees. So take it easy, make it natural. If you have any kind of injury or problems with your neck and shoulders, also take care of your shoulders, maybe a couple of times first, a little bit slower, so that you can feel whether it's good for you, whether it feels good, and if it does, if you get the suppleness, then you can go a little looser, a little further. Some people get dizzy in this exercise. If that's the case for you, just don't look all the way to the back. You can look from the left to the right, or you can just even keep looking forwards and twist in this way. So feel free to adapt the pose or adapt the exercise for you. Okay, let's do this together. So the feet are shoulders width apart, slightly open. Make sure that your knees are unlocked, the lower back is relaxed. Okay, left hand first on your chest, right hand above that, and let's start to the right. Breathe in, and let's go. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, reach up, look up, and smile. And breathing out, hands in front of your heart. And then your arms hanging. Just close your eyes for a moment, or look down to the ground if you're dizzy. And feel the effect of this exercise on the energy of the chest. What do you notice now in your body? Do you notice some activation? Maybe some lightness in the head, neck and shoulders, arms. You might notice a tingling sensation around the chest. You might even feel a kind of emotion in your chest that's possible too. And it can be light, it can be more of an inner smile, sometimes it can be frustration. Whatever it is, just feel it and breathe. Now concentrate on the center of the chest and breathe around it, really expanding to the front, sides, back, up and down, as if you're expanding a kind of sphere to all directions and returning back to the center as you breathe out, softening the center of the chest. Now you can imagine a source of light, like a little sun inside of your chest. Try to visualize it shining brightly and illuminating the body from the inside. Keep breathing slowly in and out. Feel your inner sun, let it shine through the skin around you. Just visualize this. If you have resistance to it, notice that too. Then stay with your awareness in your chest. Bring your hands in Namaste in front of the heart and open your eyes. And then bring your weight to the right foot. The foot points forwards for the tree pose. And place the heel of the left foot on top of the right foot. Now feel your breath in the chest. Push your foot into the ground to make yourself taller. And then look for your balance. You can lift the toes. Maybe that's enough for you. That's already on one foot. Or you can place your left foot against the standing leg with the knee to the side. Find your breath again. Find your stability. If you need to support yourself by holding onto a chair or the wall, that's fine. For those of you who want to, you can even interlace your fingers and reach up with the index finger. Move slowly if you do this. Now try to find balance from your heart reaching up and from your heart pushing down. Balance between the sky above you and the earth underneath you. Equal forces up and down in your body. So this sense of balance in the tree pose will really reunite the energy of the heart chakra and the first chakra. Come back onto both feet now, arms loose, close your eyes, and feel the difference between left and right in your body. So you'll notice the energy is now a little more activated on one side. And breathe all the way into the feet. And breathe out. Open your eyes, hands in front of your heart. And make contact with your heart chakra again. Feel your breath in your chest. And feel your inner sun shining bright. Visualize this. It'll really help. Anything we do with visualization, we connect to feeling it in the body, and it will really have an effect on how you feel. Now bring your weight to the left foot, the right heel on top. Look for your balance. Push yourself into the ground, feel the strength of your standing leg, and then take the same option as the first side. The knee to the side. If you have trouble finding stability, it might help to look at a point that doesn't move in front of you and feel the ground underneath your foot all the time. If you want the option with the hands reaching up, feel free to do that. If you don't have the hands reaching up and you want to find balance between the two opposing forces, do it from your crown reaching up. Now again, feel your breath and try to find balance between the sky and the earth, reaching up and pushing down. And come back onto both feet. Bring your hands down, arms loose. Close your eyes. Notice how you feel and how your body feels. And breathe a little deeper. Open your eyes. And then just bend your knees to come to sit down. And let's end with the goddess pose. You can come and lie down here. Bring your knees to the chest first, and then pull them slightly towards you to elongate your back. And then place your feet one by one on the ground. Open the knees wide apart, the feet together. If that's not comfortable for you, you can skip this part and just lay your legs down. And then the arms wide to the side, the hands facing up. Tuck your chin in and then relax the throat again so that your neck feels long and loose. And then close your eyes. Observe the natural flow of breath in your body. Relax your neck. Soften your eyes. Relax your forehead. Relax your cheeks. Let your lower jaw hang a little. And feel the expansion of the chest and of the belly as you breathe in. Breathe slowly in and out. And feel your body settling down to the ground as you breathe out. Maybe the shoulders can relax a little more. The arms totally loose. Now reach all the way into the pelvis with your breath, filling the area between your lower belly, lower back, all the way into the pelvic floor. And as you breathe out, relax your legs, relax your buttocks, and feel the heaviness of your pelvis pressing into the ground. Notice if the pelvic floor can relax now. And you know it's relaxed when you feel the in-breath very subtly in the pelvic floor muscles. Now slowly bring the knees back together. If you're in goddess pose, lay your legs down and feel the effect on the energy of the pelvic floor now. Breathe into the pelvic floor, and as you breathe out, feel the legs and the pelvis relax more, as if they're sinking into the ground. Now bring your awareness in your chest. Feel your breathing here and a sense of spaciousness. Notice if it's possible now to connect to your inner smile. So the inner smile is something that we all have inside of us. It's actually a natural state that we feel when all the tensions, all the obstacles have fallen away. And we've let go of everything that's in the way. Kind of like the sun is always there behind the clouds. You can't always see it, but once the clouds dissipate, you see it shine again. It's the same with our inner smile. It's actually always there. But sometimes it seems very far away. But at the end of these exercises, you might notice that it's possible again, even if it has no reason. It doesn't really need a reason. There is a smile deep in your heart. And you get back to your true nature. It's the kind of childlike happiness, playfulness, and then feel your whole body again. If you need to rest, just stay like this for a little while longer. And otherwise you can start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. And maybe bring your knees to the chest, wrap your arms around the knees. And in your own time, come back up to sitting. Once you're sitting up, feel the effects and notice what you need now. You might need to take a rest for a half hour. You might feel tired after this kind of series, especially if you're stuck in one of the survival modes. The tiredness might have been hidden from you. So just give in to it if that's what you need. If you need to call a friend and connect, go ahead and do that. Now let's put our hands together in front of the heart for 1 Om and 3 Shanti. And try to really wish yourself a sense of peacefulness. Shanti means peace. Bring peacefulness inside of you. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. And I wish you a lot of happiness. I love you all and see you again in the next video.